through Europe with, and we've done just one in Ireland. We're going back to Ireland in a week. 2 weeks, actually, I think.
Also did the Reading Festival, I think it was only last weekend. Pete, how did that go?
Well, I haven't read the magazines, I don't really know yet. I've got no opinion.
How did you feel?
I was okay.
And apparently, like the few days we've been here, all the bands we talked to, they've either seen or heard about you. And the one thing they always say is, yeah, they're crazy, they go mad on stage, right? So obviously you're getting up to a few antics. Are there any other things that you're doing that you didn't do in Australia?
No.
It's all the same?
Oh, well, you know. We're probably a bit more excited here, aren't we?
Well, you get a bit more, I'd say, you get a bit more encouragement from the audience.
Do you?
Oh, yeah, heaps. Yeah, it's not comparable.
So, people get a bit silly, well, they tend to get a bit sillier too, so
yeah.
Works like that.
The thing, audiences in Australia really don't know what they're missing. I mean, they're so controlled at home, you know, like, they're controlled at the gig physically, you know, by all these sort of half-witted imbeciles they call bouncers, which is just out-of-work policemen or whatever you want to call them with a blue coat on, you know. They're controlled, you know, the whole media thing, or not the whole media thing, you know, 'cause it's not like our little show. But a lot of the press and a lot of the media is geared to not down-vibing as in depressing the populace as the audience for rock and roll, but cooling them out. And over here they don't, they just let them go for it, you know, and kids get rid of an awful lot of aggression, which they, you know, would normally bottle up, or maybe let them sort of, you know, channel it out in different ways. They go to a rock and roll concert, they just go bananas.
So the preconceived idea you may have had of England and how you'd attack it, did it turn out to be exactly the way you saw it, or you thought it would be?
No, well, I never had a really straight idea of what it was going to be like, actually, when we came in. So we came just to have a look and sort of play and see how it went, really.
What about you, Andrew?
Yeah.
It's exactly what you thought?
Yeah, it's nothing like it's nothing I expected it to be. Apart from all the sights, I mean, you see a photo of the bridge looks like that, only it's a little bit more, you know, rusty. A lot of things about this country are really enlightening when you get here.
In the music industry for you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure in the music industry, yeah. So we belong to a really small label, Korea.
Yeah.
They go out through WEA, but they treated us like, you know, we're the last band on earth,
really?
Which is just the way they do things here.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're with you, you know, I mean,
yeah.
we got the complete support. That blew me out, you know. But on the other hand, other things don't depress me, but other things have really woken me up or shaken me up.
There is a big rumour down there that you may not come home ever again to play. Would that be correct?
No, we'd have to go, wouldn't we? Even if we do Frenches. I mean, you know, we've got to go home and do something sooner or later. No, we won't. We can't. We can't ruin the reasons why we left Australia for ourselves as people. We'd done everything we could in Australia. If we went home now, it'd be a cash-in situation, which would be a grab the money and run rip-off. We won't do that. Another thing is that we wouldn't, really and truly, I mean, people cannot relate in Australia to what we've done here. I mean, I'm not saying the race is over. We've just started, right? Yeah. The thing is that people are never going to understand or appreciate what Australian bands do when they get overseas because they're not here. We could go home now, I'm sure, the first week or two we'd be there, want to make a big fuss and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. Be nice to see you back in the Mansell, if it was still open. Here it's closed. What a shame. But anyway, they wouldn't treat us any different, really. We'd go out on the road with the same show, same amount of PA, same amount of lights, because we always gave a good deal for the money we got, always. We'd deliver the same show and they'd go, oh, yeah, gee, I saw that 2 years ago, ho-hum. Whereas, like, you know, because we're not ho-hum over here, you know what I mean? It'd be no good for the band to go home and be like that. Because why should we? I mean, you know, like, there's nothing to be gained. There's nothing for us to do. But playing here and being somebody and something that's really, really going somewhere and contributing to the whole business. I mean, in Australia, they still don't think that we've made any contribution to Australian music. They'll wake up one day because it's going to become a reality like everything else that happens over here that goes back home, like, you know, all the other bands, the River, the whole lot. That'll happen one day, you know, maybe 3 years away, and I reckon then we'll go home and play Frenches.